Hey YouTube, Sequator on Linux, let's do this. A few years ago when I was still a Windows user, I was using a software called Sequator to stack Milky Way photography like this. Since then, I've switched to Linux and I try to use open source software when possible. So I was able to replace everything except for Sequator. The truth is that there isn't any software on Linux that are as good as this program. So because the Milky Way season is coming, I decided to reinstall Sequator on my Linux machine, and I will share the process with you in case this is useful for someone. We will be using a virtual machine running Linux Mint 22.1, but theoretically this will work for any Linux distribution. I will cover two solutions. The first is the easy method and the second is for a geek like me. They are timestamped in the description in case you want to skip some sections. But for both methods, the first step is to download Sequator. To do so, go on the Sequator website. The link will be in the description in case you need it. Then click on download and look for latest version. Once you find it, click on download and select where you want the file to be downloaded. For this example, we will download it to the picture folder. Once the download completed, open the file browser and extract the zip file. You can now delete it and open the folder you just created. Now we can move to solution 1, which is the easiest option. To do so, we need to install Wine, which is the software we will use to run Sequator. We can open the software manager, search for Wine Tricks and install it. Once installed, open the file browser where the executable file is. Right click and click on Open the terminal. Finally, type wine sequator.exe in the terminal and press enter. And voila! Sequator will open and you can import your images. This solution is fast, but it requires you to use the terminal. So if you are allergic, I have another solution for you. Open the file browser and search for WineGUI. You should find the GitHub repository in the first results. Go to the bottom of the page and look for the download section. Then click on Release Page. There are many options available, so download the right package for your distribution. In my case, I'm using Linux Mint, so I need to download the deb package. Once downloaded, open the file browser and double-click on the file to install it. You can now search and open the application called WineGUI. Then click on New and select Windows 10 64 bits. Click on Next and then Apply. Now click on Run Program and select the Sequator executable. And that's it. You can now import your picture and do your stacking. So this was solution 1. But if you are a geek like me, you are probably using Linux for privacy and security reasons. And as a result, you might not be comfortable installing a proprietary software without sandboxing. But no worries, I have a solution for this. Because we are geeks, we will do almost everything in the terminal. First, we need to install bottles by typing flatpak install bottles. Next, we can install flatseal by typing flatpak install flatseal. Now, we can launch bottles and wait until it's configured. Then close it and open flatseal. Select bottles and disable network. Then go down and disable audio, and finally click on other files and put the folder where Sequator and the pictures are located. By doing this, Sequator will only have access to the files it needs and won't have access to your network and your audio. Next, open Bottles and go to the Bottles tab. Then click on Create Bottle and give it a name. Once the bottle created, open it and click on Run Executable. Select the executable and click on Run. And voila, Sequator will open and you can import your image to do your stacking. I haven't used Sequator for a long time, but here are the settings I like to use. After importing the pictures, I make sure that the output is configured. Then I go to Composition and select Freeze Ground. Next, I go to Sky Region and I draw my mask. The good thing about Sequator is that it doesn't have to be accurate when you draw your mask. Next, I enable Reduce Distortion Effect and I set it to Tele. Then I enable Reduce Light Pollution, disable Aggressive, and I put the strength to 25%. Finally, I enable Enhance Starlight and I set it to 50%. Now I can press Start and wait. Once the image is done, you can import it inside Darktable to do your final edit. I hope that this video was helpful. If it was, just give me a like and see you next time.